Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm just your average dimple top mess here, but you can call me Dimples. My mantra is always the one with an ever-growing list of TBRs, a practitioner of the brat lifestyle with a mantra of always manifesting good dick and money to blow. You'll find me living my best gothic life, whether it be at the gym, with books, and always promoting good smut. Without further ado, we're going to get started into my book review of Falling for Temptation by M.G. Hendricks. I'm going to be honest with you guys. If I had known that the cover was this pink, I probably would have been more prepared for the amount of bullshit I was going to read. And this is not me hating on the color pink. I mean, pink can be associated with power too. Like, hello, look at Elle Woods. But here, it might as well have been the hallmark color of red because that would have been my warning sign. But first, I know you guys think I'm hating on this synopsis already, but let's get into it because this is how it goes. Quote, the tattooed vixen in my first college class is everything I shouldn't crave if I want to stay on the straight and narrow path. My family expects me to find a sweet, innocent girl. Harley Quinn's questionable past and skin-bearing clothing definitely don't fit the bill. I think she might be the temptress my mama prayed I would resist, but I can't look away. All I want to get is an agricultural degree and go back to the cornstalks and dirt. It's the only life I've ever known, and I'm perfectly content on the farm. Until I see her. End quote. I'm going to end it there because if you guys already heard the intro, we have this sweet country boy falling for someone who is very much tattooed and doesn't mind showing her skin. And honestly, I'm just this. I wrote this review back in very not recently, but the point of the matter is, I think this was probably one of my worst reads I have read in 2024. And that's saying something after my history with dark romances and before all the cinnamon roll lovers came. I did not come reading this book with bad intentions. I'm going to let everybody know that now. On one hand, I wanted to see a morally gray woman in action and let her rescue and taint the golden boy. Instead, I got the white Christian woman's portrayal of a quote-unquote vixen who is just a sad girl who hinted that the tattoos were forced on her, which, some were, in need of saving by the good, morally Christian boy child with all his goodwill and good looks. I did not get much plot other than the golden child really liking the look of Harley, the main FMC, and that she was something that he has never seen before. If the series was written better, this could have gotten a much better review from me, but all I read was that girls should chase good Christian boys, even though I got absolutely zero smut or any reference to a good dick game. Like, Miss Author, did you do the fade to black on purpose because your audience is the stereotypical older women that work at the library? Or because the sense of smut just left when it hit the keyboard? It's a genuine question. That's all I'm going to say about that. The plot, dare I say, was only slightly more interesting than its main characters. I won't say that Harley, the FMC, did not have a hard life because it's clear from readers that she ran away from her home and that her college is her only hope for a better future. No offense, but genuinely, do you think that a beautiful young tattooed woman who has experience in life would not be an alternate bi girl who practices witchcraft? There is such a fucking good correlation between those two. Shoot, I know from experience. The only thing missing from Harley was good writing and a strict religious background that led her into the occult. That's all I needed for Harley. All I wanted for her. The only thing that stopped that beautiful, beautiful butterfly from coming into bloom was the illusion that this author gave in a negative, stereotypical way that foster homes and motorcycle clubs are bad by, of course, making them the villain, when in actuality, or at least in my perspective, at least, is the cult of a religion from where the MMC is coming from, aka Adam's family. They very much looked down on her from the very beginning, and the author was inexperienced enough because, as someone who was one of the first Latinas in the family to get tattoos in this generation, let me tell you, going to Texas with my first tattoo to my old school grandmother definitely got me a lecture. This was kind of the Hallmark version of that with a more supportive look into, I don't know how to exactly say it. Adam kind of has it hard because he has to pick between both worlds, which honestly, I'm very much into the aspect that getting rid of toxic family members is a must. And like I mentioned, I'm not sure if Adam and his friends grew up in a cult or the Amish or something like that, because best believe I was getting some cult vibes from his family. Honestly, just the whole town. Just the whole town. Who am I kidding? Then at the end of it, their hate is not even settled or acknowledged, or that volcano doesn't erupt. And I don't really see Adam setting those boundaries with his family. It's just kind of, yay, Harley believes in the power of religion, and it's hinted that she conforms to them at the end. Yay, joy. I'm so happy for her. If you could see me how hard I'm rolling my eyes, it challenges Audrey Plaza's eye roll. I can guarantee you guys that. I won't shy away from the stupidness of Harley's decisions in this book because, trust me, all I wanted for her was to get a hold of the police, and for crying out loud, she ended up lying about her age. She was literally 17. And I'm like, really? Really? Now I'm kind of glad no smut happened. But at this point, because the nerve you had her be 17, and this does not have the right to be in the adult section. Give it to the young, angsty teenagers who want mediocre Christian autumn girl romance with only the bare minimum and a whole lot of BS. This is such a pity because I honestly think that this could have been a great series if we had a real life Dommy or mistress writing this, or someone who used to be a power top. Like, I don't mind them being in college, like in their 20s, like Icebreaker, maybe some characters of color, a Dommy of color. I would like to read about that. That's all I'm going to say about that. And them having an innocent, submissive boy at their mercy who is into things that are just, you know, DJs in a certain position we're all used to seeing. Like, come on. This is four best guy friends who grew up in a religious cult in a small town, for crying out loud. There could have been potential, you guys. There could have been potential. There could have been plot. There could have been smut. There could have been development. Each FMC would know each other, of course, in classic Anna Huang style, and then they would take turns teaching the men how to orally please, what rhythm to go, or dare I say, even one of them, FMC, could have been a switch and teach her MMC how to be a proper Dom with an adequate amount of good plot. This could have been a good series to read. Like, come on, guys, leave a comment down below. That would have been a way better series to read. Come on, how does that not sound like a good idea? All I'm gonna say is, Bookstagram, you failed me on this one. I can't lie. But you know what book had an amazing FMC with trauma, but was also a baddie and also a switch with power top tendencies? It's called A Soul for Revenge by Harley LaRoe. Now that one has a proper woman top. She's corrupted, inked, and traumatized, and also of an older age than this BS of 17 to 19. Like, no offense, not my thing. But damn, she is written like a fucking badass who doesn't let her past define her. And what's better, it's a demon that stalks her for years that also submits to her, and seeing her in control in properly written smut. So if you haven't caught this, yes, This was maybe like a negative one for me all around. So that being said, I'm gonna try to calm down. I think I got myself heated. I got myself heated talking about this book because it was such a failure for me. It was a failure for me, and that's what I get sometimes for listening to Bookstagram and thinking it was like, something. This is just one of those books that I would not ever recommend to anybody. Like, I think I would give this book to someone I did not like, and I don't know if even then I would do that. So I'm going to give those of you who have read this series a chance. Is it worth reading the next three? I'll give it the benefit of the doubt that maybe this was a rocky start to the series, but like I said, I need to know if you guys read this or not because this was a huge failure for me. Huge, big, big mistake. Let me know in the comments down below. And please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And you could follow my Bookstagram at Dimpled Hot Mess.